Hi there, higher running coach and Hogue athlete Sage Canaday here with a training talk on what it takes to crack 1:30 in the half marathon. And just some prerequisites going in. It helps to have sub 20-minute 5K speed as a PR. Maybe your 5K PR is actually closer to 19 minutes or low 19-minute range for 5K. That's a good indicator that maybe you have the potential to extend that speed endurance up to a sub 1:30 or 90-minute half marathon. It's a great goal, very competitive time, and it's an average race pace, and this is important. What the race pace you need to sustain for 13.1 miles is sub 6:52 per mile pace, or about sub 4:15 per kilometer pace for 21K. So, very fast race pace time puts you up there in a lot of races, and a great goal to shoot for, especially if you want your goal to be maybe eventually a sub 3-hour marathon. You got to get that sub 1:30 half marathon usually first, or at least have that fitness. And what is it going to take? Honestly, some people are never going to get there. It's a very tough time. You have to have some natural ability and talent. You have to work pretty hard. And for most people, that means increasing your consistency in training, your volume, or how many miles or kilometers per week you run. So generally, the higher, the better with your performance, as long as you don't get injured. And a lot of zone 2 consistent running. So we're talking about much slower than half marathon race pace. Your zone 2 miles might be 8:30 per mile pace, or even slower than 5:15 per kilometer pace. So that could be like the bulk of your base training, getting in consistent mileage. Instead of running 3 or 4 days a week, you're running 5 or 6 days a week. And maybe instead of running 50K a week, 30 miles a week, you start running over 50 miles a week or 80K a week. For some people, it's going to take really high mileage to be able to get that half marathon time down, but it really helps with your stamina, and that really comes first. But of course, we also need speed training at faster than goal half marathon race pace. It's going to help with your running economy or your efficiency running, but also your breathing, getting the lactate levels under control. We call it threshold training. So tempo runs, thresholds, things like 2-mile repeat workouts, even kilometer repeat workouts with a short rest, we're doing at faster than our half marathon goal pace. So, that goal pace 6:52 per mile, 4:15 per kilometer. Our tempo run pace or our threshold pace is actually going to be more like sub 6:40 per mile pace or sub 4:10 per kilometer pace for short workouts with a short rest, or doing even like a 20-minute tempo run type of workout. Great prep for getting the legs moving faster than what you actually have to race. It's actually looking at training more towards 10K race pace rather than just focusing in on what you need to run for the half marathon. So faster and faster intensity training we're sprinkling in. Then of course we need to sprinkle in even more intensity, kick things up a notch. We talk about VO2 max workouts, maximum aerobic capacity, getting that heart rate spiking up closer to 95, even 100% max heart rate. Really high intensity workouts for short bouts. Maybe they're 800 meter repeats, but we're looking at doing our VO2 max workouts, our interval speed training, as fast as sub 6:15 per mile pace or sub 3:52 per kilometer pace. So maybe you have to start off doing shorter repeats. Maybe they're 2-minute surges on a fartlek speed play workout, or you're going to the track and you're doing 800 meter repeats at this type of speed. It's much faster than your half marathon race pace, but it helps you improve your oxygen delivery and efficiency, high VO2 max interval training. The final icing on the cake, besides a lot of those higher consistent mileage and sprinkling in these quality workouts, is of course doing strides, raw sprint training, even some hill repeat training. Could be short 20, 30-second sprints, or even 200 meter repeats at sub 6-minute per mile pace, sub 90-second per 400 meter pace. So even working on that top end kicking speed, it really helps you with that leg turnover, that leg power with your stride. And yeah, you need all these elements of speed training as well as higher mileage generally to reach your peak performance in a half marathon. And final business plug, we sell training plans at Higher Running. We have a new tracer plan. It's a tracer program, actually, a dynamic customized program that changes with your feedback. It's a half marathon training program targeting those of you that want to run even as fast as a sub 75-minute or 1:15 half marathon, but even for beginners that are looking to maybe finish their first half marathon, run under 2 hours or even 2:20 in the half marathon. The tracer program adapts to your needs and goals as well as how much time you have to train. It also gives you feedback with changing workouts, approaching your level. If you have a work obligation, family obligation coming up on the weekend, you could actually dynamically change the program in the app, and it automatically adjusts your training program, customizes it to your level and your goals, sprinkling in all our workouts and methodology that Sandy and I have used at Higher Running to give you that customized program. So check it out. Link in the description below. That's on Tracer Fitness. That is the Higher Running Tracer half marathon program. So be sure to check that out. Thank you for all the Patreon supporters for supporting this channel for more training talks. I got a whole library. Been doing these events for over 25 years of distance running, any surface, any distance, you know me, but also more vlogs to come. I'm training for the Boston Marathon. Thanks to title sponsor Hoka for keeping the dream alive. Really appreciate all your support. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below, as well as more future training talk topics that you would like to see, and stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions.